Hey, Christine Trumbull with Coaching the Climb, and this is your third video for my masterclass. Today I want to talk to you about breaking through those barriers, obstacles, challenges, whatever you want to call them. We as business owners, sooner or later, we're going to have a challenge. We're going to have something that is going to stop us and stagnate us, keep us from moving forward. There's always going to be issues. There's always going to be challenges. How we deal with them is going to determine whether or not we can keep moving forward, or if we're just going to get stuck and stagnate. Now, with a lot of people, I think most people, we're not, born with this wonderful super ability to just wave a magic wand and instantly know the right decision to make with every problem or challenge. There are some people out there who can do that. I personally am not one of them. And a lot of the clients that I've worked with over the years and work with now are not those people either. Decision making comes easier to me, simply because I am quick to make decisions, right or wrong. Damn the torpedoes. But one of the things that I have learned over the years is what I'm going to talk to you about today, which is what makes making decisions fast and easier. Okay? If you're not making the decision, let me step back for just a second. I have worked with owners who just avoid making decisions because it's uncomfortable, because they don't know how, because they're terrified of making the wrong decision. I have a newsflash. Sometimes you're going to make the wrong decision, and that's okay. It's what you do with that realization once you understand it. It's the pivot, it's the turn, it's the adjustment. We're human, we're going to make mistakes. But avoiding making a decision will stagnate your business, will cause chaos in your business, will challenge your staff, and it's not going to help move you forward. So if we have a template, some sort of way to, when we have to make a decision, we can go, okay, well, I need this, and then I need that, and then I have this, and then now I'm ready to make my decision, that we can apply to challenges or issues or whatever. Then we're going to be able to make those decisions quicker, easier, more definitively, and keep things moving forward. Now, this can be applied to, small issues all the way up to, large challenges. Okay, so 5 tips. I'm going to give you 5 tips for breaking through those barriers and those challenges. Okay. First and foremost, you have to identify the issue. And now it can be an issue, a challenge, a problem, a barrier. I like to call them opportunities. Okay, because every challenge, issue, problem is an opportunity to change something, fix something, to make it better, to make the process better, to make the people or the staffing better, or improve their productivity, make their lives better. It just gives us an opportunity to improve. Now, again, I've worked with some people who they don't like to know about the issues because, number one, they take it personally as a challenge to their ability to run the business. It's not about them. It's not about you, the business owner. It's about what's going on and how you can fix it. So my number 1 tip is encourage a culture of bringing issues to the table. Because if you don't know there's a problem, how do you know to fix it? I would tell my staff this a lot. If I don't know, because they try to hide it. They don't want to, they don't want to deal with it. But if I don't know it's broken, how can I fix it for you? And then as I continued to tell them that, they would continue they would continue to let me know when there were challenges. But that's okay, because it encouraged continuous improvement. What's wrong with that? So if you encourage a culture where people are comfortable with bringing issues to the table, it gives you the ability to, number 1, know that there's something that needs to be addressed. When I work with clients, it's Issues are a part of the daily meeting. It's part of the weekly meeting. It's part of the monthly meeting. You have to know that there's an issue or challenge or problem, an opportunity before you can address it. So make sure that you know what that is. Identify what that is. And encourage that culture to bring it to the table. Number 2, tackle the most complicated or the more difficult, the challenging ones first. It's really easy, especially when we're in a meeting, if we're in timed meetings. Oh, we can fix this one easy, let's do it. We can fix that one easy, let's do it. We can fix that one easy, let's do it. Look at how much we got done and how much we were able to fix in this amount of time. Problem is, we just left this big mountain of a challenge sitting out there that needed to be fixed, and that's going to be at the next meeting, which could be next week or next month or whatever. But then we were going to have 3 other issues that can be fixed really easy, and now that big one's going to get moved out again. You see where I'm going with this? If we keep addressing the easy fixes first, we never get to the big ones, and they never get fixed. So address the larger, the more challenging issues first and get that done, and the little ones will follow suit. Okay, and they'll get fixed. Typically they can get fixed in a non-meeting or as they come up. Tip number 3, solve the issue, not the symptom. What do I mean by that? A challenge, an issue comes to the table. You have to ask why. It's the rule of 5 whys. Ask why 5 times, and then you can get down to the true issue and not just the symptoms. I have a headache, I have a sneeze, I have a cough. Well, these are symptoms of a cold. The issue is the cold, not the headache, not the sneeze, not the cough. I'm doing all of this networking. I'm talking to all of these people, and I'm not getting any return for it. They're not referring any business to me. Well, why? Are you following up? Well, no, I can't remember to do. Why? Well, because I forget who they are. Why? Well, because I don't have a system in place to remind me to follow up with them. Oh, so you need a customer relationship management software or some form of being able to follow up with all of the people that you're talking to in order to nurture those relationships. It's not that you're not, the symptom is that you're not getting a return for your time, but that's just the symptom. The issue is you suck at follow-up because you don't have anything to help you do that. The issue could be, we constantly, our staff is showing up at these jobs and they consistently don't have all of the materials that they need to perform the job. Why? Well, because the job wasn't exactly what they expected it to be. Why? Because the information that they had on their work order didn't tell them that they needed a 30-foot ladder to get up to the roof. Why? Because the person putting that information in the software to tell them that, or on the work order, didn't know that they needed that information on their work order. Why? Because she was never trained on that particular job and what it could entail, or she was never trained the proper questions to ask. Okay, the issue is now training of your front desk person or of the person who is creating your work orders. Not that your production people never showed up prepared because they just sucked at their job. It was because some other person was never trained on how to properly intake and output information. Do you see where I'm going with this? So make sure that you're really digging down and asking why. It's the rule of 5 whys. It may only take 3 whys. It may take 7 whys. But constantly asking the why. Why is this happening? Why aren't you getting why don't you have that why don't you have the tools? Why don't you have the information? Why don't you know this? Why wasn't it on there? Why didn't you ask that question? Well, because I never was told that I needed to ask that question. Training. You see how we filtered all the way back to the issue, not the symptoms. So get to the issue and not just the symptoms. Tip number 4, avoid tangents. It is so easy, especially in a meeting situation, to go down the rabbit hole into these tangents of, well, we're constantly showing up to these jobs. You know, this job didn't have that, and that job didn't have this, and that job didn't have that. And he said this, and she said that, and they didn't know that. And well, this person changed that job, and this and that. And do you see how it can very easily just explode into this tangent? And 20 minutes later, all you've gotten is blah, 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 blah. Rein them in and avoid the rabbit hole of the tangents. Stick to the topic at hand. The issue, the real problem, the real challenge, to determine what it is that you need to fix. Okay, so tip number 4 is avoid the tangents. Tip number 5, I have to refer to my notes because I forgot. Oh yeah, the most important one. I'm off on my own tangent. The most important one. Clearly state, once you have addressed what it is, what the problem is, and what needs to be done to fix it, make sure that you have clearly stated that everybody understands this person is going to do this to fix this problem by this date. If you can have that written down somewhere, that is even 100 times better. And then there is someone to follow up to ensure that that person did that to fix this by that date. Typically that would be on your dashboard or on some sort of scorecard that you've got going on to keep up with your issues. If you don't have a scorecard or dashboard and you don't know what that is, let me know, reach out. I can definitely hook you up. Even if you are, I'm a single person, a single proprietor. Well, I actually do have an assistant and then some virtual staff, but even one person, 2 people can still need a scorecard and a dashboard of some form in order to know where their business is. But I'm on a tangent again. The number 5 tip, make sure that you clearly state who is going to do what to fix that by when. If you can follow those 5 steps, identify the issue, encourage the culture of issues being brought to the table, solve the biggest ones first, or come up with how to solve the biggest ones first, avoid the tangents, and then clearly state the accountability of the issue barrier, the fix for that, you're going to be able to continue to drive your business forward. You will not get stuck. You will not get stagnant. You will continue to go forward. I hope this series has been helpful for you. If you have questions, my email address is in the email that you got this video from. Go to coachingtheclimb.com. You can schedule a time to talk with me. I am offering free strategy sessions right now. This is not a sales call. This is just you and me talking. You're not going to get somebody else. You're going to get me. And we can talk about whatever you want, any issue that you have in your business, any challenge that you may be looking at right now. I am here and I'm offering that help to you with no pressure whatsoever. I have a new Facebook group that I'm starting where people can just jump in, ask questions. Same thing, no pressure. If you would like to join that, the link is in the email as well. Thank you for allowing me to come into your computer and spend some time with you, and I look forward to getting to know you a little better. Take care.